Hi, sports fans. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about this lovely La Gloria Cubana Coleccion Reserva. But I have a particularly important message to all of my veteran friends. Watch. Okay, let's first give a brief summary on the cigar. So this La Gloria Cubana celebrates 25 years of La Gloria Cubana success. It was manufactured in the Ernesto P. Carrillo factory in Nicaragua. It consists of an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper and a Nicaraguan filler from Ernesto's, his private stock, his stock of tobacco. This is going to be a cold review. Never had the cigar before, so we're going to be enjoying this together. But I'm leaving the VA hospital, and I want to talk to some of you folks that are veterans out there before I really get into the cigar. So I hope for those of you who aren't veterans, you don't mind. But you should listen to this too, because you probably know one. There's something about some of us that don't like taking help. We just don't like doing it. And a recent politician made some pretty ugly statements that said that veterans who take benefits are essentially moochers. I never felt that way. But there are some who feel that veterans should not get the benefits that they get. All right, to that politician, I say you're an asshole and screw you and the broom you ride on. While some folks were doing whatever they were doing during their years after high school or while they were in college, some of us didn't go out to be athletes or weren't focused on making a ton of money, even when they had the option to. I graduated from college and joined the military, so I wasn't an idiot, and there were other options available for me. And I joined the reserve as an enlisted person in my freshman year of college. Just like an athlete, and there was a Times article years ago that compared military personnel to world-class athletes. If you have to do the stuff that we do, if you see the stuff that we have to do, you'd understand that that's a true statement. We forfeited our youth banging, mucking, grinding, and with the guys today going to war, getting shot at, being separated from families, wallowing in dust and mud, because we have a sense of patriotic duty. And still, after that service, there's some of us that don't feel like we should take advantage, and that's not a good word, I'll say use the benefits that our politicians, because they had to vote on this stuff, felt we are entitled to. I forget the person who made this statement, but I quote, "A country that forgets its veterans will itself soon be forgotten." And so these things were set aside for us to help us. And what I'm finding is that there are a lot of us that don't take advantage, or I don't like saying it, don't use the benefits that we are entitled to. So I'm encouraging all of my veteran friends out there to sign up for the VA hospital. Number one, the care that I get at the VA hospital far exceeded my expectations with some of the tools you have to manage your services online, direct messages, how everything goes to some of these really neat portals like My Healthy Vet. But they're also some of the greatest people you'll ever meet, and they all appreciate what you have done, because we put our life on the line for this country, and there's something that comes with this. So I'm going to go ahead and light the cigar, smoke, and we're going to talk some more about this. So as I said, E.P. Carrillo, first cigar he made with the folks from La Gloria Cubana in 10 years. He's done a collaboration with them once before. This cigar comes in 5 sizes. What I have here is the Torpedo and Cuban cutter. I gotta always put it over there. See that point? Fits through that hole. And boom, off it goes. So, I think I'm on a little angle. Look at that little piece there. Hold on. I'm gonna try to get it there. Can you see that little piece? Clips it right off. Perfect, nice straight cut every time. So, what are we gonna expect? Well, with Nicaraguan tobacco, we can expect some heat, but I really like the Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. Going to give some sweetness. And this is supposed to be a medium to medium full cigar, which is good. I haven't had anything to eat in hours, about 7-8 hours. Let's make sure we get this thing going. Okay, see, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna head over to one of my favorite spots over in New Jersey, Lit Cigar, but that's not where I got this cigar. I got this cigar at Wooden Indian Tobacco Shop in Havertown, Pennsylvania. Good spot, great selection of cigars. That's all the plug I'm going to give the fellas today. This is a beautiful band. I hope you can see that. When I shoot the video of the cigar, because I have 2 of these, you'll get to see this is a beautiful band. And it's important to note the quality of the band, because I think La Gloria Cubana is also a Cuban brand. You should expect no less quality on that band from a Cuban cigar than I'm getting from this Nicaraguan cigar. It's just a beautiful band. Go ahead and let it heat up and come to its own. Kind of a rough finish on there. This cigar won't necessarily win the beauty contest. There's a lot of veins going through there, but the veins are where a lot of the nicotine and that potency come from. The flavor comes from, the regular tobacco leaf. So it's going to be interesting. So I'm asked a lot, why don't I collect veterans' disability? Well, despite the fact that I may use it, I don't feel like I've quite reached the point where I should go that far and collect money for being a veteran. But that's a personal preference. A close friend of mine feels the same way. But I know plenty of veterans who have gone through the application process to apply for veterans disability. Veteran disability gives you cash for being disabled, and it's based upon the level and severity of your disability. And I think if that's something you want, and you are a veteran and you have some challenges as a result of your service, you should. Look, a friend of mine was an NFL player. NFL players are entitled to full benefits. You basically receive benefits from the NFL for the rest of your life after 5 years of playing football. And it's guaranteed. You do 5 years in the NFL. Well, it was when he explained it to me. You play in the NFL for 5 years, you get benefits. That's playing a sport. A sport. A person who goes and, again, goes to war, fighting for some of the values, whether you agree with the war or not, but fighting for the values, America home and apple pie, and they get injured, I think they should be entitled to getting those things. I also want to erase the stigma of the VA being a bad operation. Listen, I know there were times of VA hospital, wait times and things of that nature, how long it took to get the service. That was not my experience. I joined recently, about 5 months ago. But I can say the quality of care, the quality of physicians, the technology that they have, the access to things is better than anything I've received making $200,000 at a very large financial institution. Like, far superior to the benefits I got at that level of income and with the type of benefits you can imagine are associated with it. It's just better. So, I'm getting woodsiness. Definitely that Nicaraguan potency, but I'm not necessarily getting Nicaraguan pepper yet. Not yet, but it's definitely potent. I am getting and seeing or tasting some potency. So this is, again, I think mine is on the retrohale at least, between right about the medium to full body range, in between full and medium. Burn line's pretty good. I didn't screw that up. This thing will really get you on the retrohale. I mean, it's got a nice retrohale. So far, I'm not getting much else in flavor profile. Got to give it some time. I was first introduced to the Gloria Cubana brand back in 2000 when I was working for a financial institution. Everyone there knew I was a big cigar guy, and we were having some difficult times with a client from before the time I joined the institution. They had some problems with the accounts. I managed and fixed the account. The representative for this account was so thankful that she bought me a bunch of La Gloria Cubana cigars. I'd never smoked the brand before. She was just guessing that I would like it, and I enjoyed them. I don't see the brand that often anymore. Used to see it all the time at Holt's down in Center City. That's the third cigar place I've plugged in the Philadelphia area. But I was really happy to see this cigar at Wooden Indian, and since I don't think I've ever done a review of a La Gloria, I decided, well, this is my big chance. But I'm wrapping it around the story about the VA. Going to the VA is a great experience. I've run into veterans of every war since Korea, and yes, there's a good amount of those guys still around, which is great. And it's funny, I didn't serve in an active combat role, and it almost takes my breath away when a veteran who did thanks me for my service. Like, I have no response for that. First time I experienced that from a vet was when I went to Washington, D.C., and I visited the Vietnam War Memorial. And I was like, why are you thanking me? And a veteran of Vietnam said, well, you served too. And to them, it didn't matter that I hadn't gone into combat. It mattered that I took the oath and donned the uniform. And the respect of other people that are there receiving service, the stories you hear or I hear when I'm there and I listen to these folks is incredible. Thank you to all my veterans. And if you are on this video, do me a favor and other folks a favor. Send me your unit, your branch of service and your unit and the time you serve. I'm curious to know how many of you have served, and I want to say thank you to every one of you who have watched these videos. Okay, so not much else. I'm getting, like I said, wood. I won't say earthy. I'll say that kind of bitter red paper on peanuts. You know, that wraps a peanut when you take it out of the shell. It's got a little bit of that. It's got some spice. Good draw. And I like clipping that tip to really small, so I just get this little bead of smoke that comes in there and rolls around in there. Burn is starting to get off. You see I got a problem there. Probably my fault. Not a reason not to buy or like a cigar. But here's what I'll tell you. If you like medium to full body cigars, you're going to get medium to body, full body cigars. It's got good balance. That's my description for not drying my mouth out, not making me spit. It's got mild complexity. There's not, to me, a lot going on with the cigar. I'm just going to keep it real with you. It's not a lot, but it does have that potency. So for those of you who like potent and don't care what the cigar tastes like, which is kind of like a person that eats hot wings so hot they can't taste the chicken, this is in your wheelhouse. Can't say tasty, but it's a good cigar. Good quality cigar for the price and for my expectations. Didn't have any expectations. Look at that. That burn just took care of itself. A lesson: if you see that one side of the cigar isn't burning right, what you're supposed to do is turn the side that isn't burning right down, so that the hot ash gets down there, and that's how you self-correct your cigar and prevent it from canoeing. You gotta pay attention to your burn line. All right, not the best cigar review I've ever done, not the best cigar I've ever done, but something that I felt important enough to share with you all. And again, vets, I want to know who you are out there. Thank you for your service. If you're not a vet and you know a vet, thank a vet for their service. We give up a lot. This is the big fella signing off.